Have you ever wondered what happened to the Super Smarty Pants after it was blasted to outer space? This is a fan-written piece by a wonderful member of the community, Blakeinator, and we can read a little bit more about the Super Smarty Pants in this fan fiction. Let's do this. Once again, this is on fanfiction.net by Blakeinator. So let's do this. It's the middle of the night in Porkbilly. Johnny Test is shook awake by a loud crash in the front yard. Dookie, did you should I do? I don't know if I should do the voices. I don't know, maybe that's a little weird. Dookie, did you hear that? He asks. Hear what? Dookie responds warily. Johnny rolls his eyes and head to the window. He looks outside, but sees nothing. Imagine if he sees like the clone Johnny and Dookie's from Johnny cutting down their treehouse. That'd be funny. Anyway, I think I've lost my mind, Johnny says, closing his bedroom window. He heads back to sleep. The next morning, Johnny wakes up with a pair of white slacks. Gah! Johnny screams. Dookie wakes up screaming. Why are you screaming? Dookie screams. The Super Smarty Pants, they're back, Johnny says. But I thought we got rid of it. You sent it to space for crying out loud, Dookie says. I know. Johnny gets out of bed and kicks Dookie out the window. Whoa. Whoa. What was that for? Dookie yells. It's the pants, not me, Johnny responds. To the lab, Dookie yells. In the lab, Susan and Mary are at the computer when Dookie comes in. They turn around to see Dookie. What do you want, dog? Susan and Mary say at the same time. You know, the casual Susan and Mary trope. The pants are back, Dookie yells. What pants? Susan asks. Dookie slaps Susan. Is it that meme of that guy slapping the other guy like that? I don't know. Anyway, don't you remember? The Super Smarty Pants? He shouts. Okay, first, ow. And second, Johnny sent it to the moon, Susan says. How could it possibly be back? I don't know, but I will not have those manacle pants take over my best friend again, Dookie says. We've been through a lot. Cue the flashback.
Move, people, move! They shrunk robots, princess!
Okay, we'll think of something. Just make sure Johnny stays in the house, Mary says. That kind of reminds me of the Hare's Johnny one when he was a werewolf, and they're like, just make sure he doesn't leave the house or no one sees his werewolfness or whatever. Piece of cake, Dookie says. Dookie heads to Johnny's room to see Johnny isn't there. He runs downstairs. Johnny! He calls out. Dookie stops running when Hugh walks out of the kitchen. I mean, woof, Dookie says. Did you just talk? He says. Dookie blinks. No. Dookie runs back. No. No. Dookie runs outside to the backyard. I need to get my ears checked, Hugh says. Continues on his merry way. In the backyard, Dookie sees Johnny digging a hole. Quick question. What's the hole for? Dookie asks. You, responds Johnny, still wearing the pants. So that is the Super Smarty Pants talking kind of through Johnny. So I wonder what he's digging this hole for. So let's find out. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Dookie yells. Johnny picks up Dookie and tosses him in the hole. Oh my gosh. Johnny begins filling the hole with dirt. Oh no. Hugh comes outside to see what Johnny is doing. Oh my god, this is a reference to Johnny's dog days. Or I think that was called it. The dog days of Johnny. That was a different semblance of words. Anyway, Johnny, what are you doing? Burying Dookie, he responds. That seems so nonchalantly. Oh, okay, Hugh says, walking away. Yeah, this is a reference to it. Wait a minute, Hugh yells, returning to Johnny. You unbury Dookie right this minute, young man, or else, Hugh yells. No, I don't think I will, Johnny says. Excuse me, Johnny smiles evilly as he picks up Hugh and throws him over the fence, landing in Gil next door's pool. I hope Hugh can swim. You know, it's not of the lore. We do not know if Hugh can actually swim. How the heck did he even do that? Hugh asks. Hey, Johnny's dad. Oh, hey, Johnny's dad, Gil says. Hey, Gil, Hugh says. Why are you in my pool? Gil asks. We having a pool party? Long story. Johnny is so grounded. Grounded! Hugh says, walking away from Gil's house. Weird family, Gil says. Meanwhile, back in the lab, Dookie enters covered in patches of dirt. What the heck happened to you? Susan asks. Johnny tried to bury me. He's evil! Dookie shouts. Johnny's not evil. It's the pants that are evil, Mary says. Haven't you ever thought of, I don't know, burning the pants? Dookie shouts. That's actually a pretty smart idea. You know, if he was burnt, it couldn't really come back, right? Unless if we had a really badass scene. Like I could imagine if season 9 had a Smarty Pants 3rd episode, if they actually burnt him kinda, do a pre-thing showing us what happened to him, you know, and then it showed them burning him. So then all these months later or something during a season 9 maybe episode, it could be kind of crawling out. You know how the Doodle Bob arm was crawling out in the Franken Bob episode? That I can just imagine the belt doing that with some pant shreds. I don't know. That just sounds pretty cool. Needs some fleshing out though. Hugh enters the lab. Dookie sits down. Woof. Now, I know I heard Dookie talk, he says. No, Susan and Mary say at the same time. Have you seen your brother? I haven't seen him since he chucked me over the fence, Hugh says. No. Wait, how did he throw you over the fence? Mary asks. I have no idea, Hugh shouts, throwing his arms out. He storms out of the lab, and Dookie stands back up. We made the pants immune to flames. Therefore, we can't burn them, Susan says. Well, what are we gonna do? Dookie I just love that, you know, it's what are we gonna do? You know, that kind of voice impression, or not impression, but the up and down of it. I always like that Dookieism. Well, what are we gonna do? Dookie shouts. Susan hands Dookie a cup of coffee. Drink this, Mary says. Dookie drinks the coffee and turns buff. It's the return of Boof Dookie. Oh man, who remembers Boof Dookie from the Ultimate Meatloaf Quest Let's Play series? Good times. Boof Dookie! How is being buff gonna save Johnny? Dookie asks. Mary groans. The coffee was supposed to shrink you down so you can go inside Johnny's ear and get to his brain and stop the Super Smarty Pants from the inside, Mary says. But Mary forgot to carry the 8, Susan says. Classic. I'm only human, Mary says. Well, we'll make some calls. Susan and Mary return to the computer and make a call. It is I, Bling Bling Boy, and whoa, Dookie's buff, Eugene says. Do you have anything to help us destroy Evil Pants, by any chance? Mary asks. I'll help, but only if my sweet Susan agrees to go on a date with me. Eugene asks. Then forget it, Susan says, about to push the end call button. It's for our brother, Mary asks. Susan sighs. Fine, Susan yells. I'll be right over. 3 seconds later. Just, you know, classic Eugene. Eugene says as he hangs up. Suddenly, Eugene comes crashing through the ceiling and lands on the floor in front of Dookie, who's now back to normal. Oh, he's back to normal. Okay. That was inexplicably... Sorry. That was inexplicably... Oh, man. I don't know how to say this word. Inexplicably. That's it. That was inexplicably... I don't know. That was inexplicably... That was
inexplicably
fast, Dookie says. So, what you got, Eugene? Mary asks. Bling bling boy. Bling bling boy, he shouts, waving his fist. And I brought this disintegration ray. Yeah. Okay, but Johnny's wearing the pants. How would we get the pants off him? Doogie asks. I think I have an idea, Susan says. Meanwhile, at Porkbelly Park, Johnny is sitting on a bench, texting on his phone. Susan, Mary, Dookie, and Eugene arrive. There he is, Dookie says. Susan whips out a handheld vacuum and aims it at the pants. This is actually something they tried in the past. She turns the vacuum on and successfully removes the pants from Johnny. The pants escape the vacuum, smashing it to pieces on the ground. The pants try to run back to Johnny. Johnny, run! Dookie yells. Johnny runs, but the pants grabs Johnny's leg, causing Johnny to fall to the ground. Ow! That really hurt! Johnny says. Now, Mary shouts. Oh, all right, Eugene says. He shoots the pants with the disintegration ray, causing the pants to turn to ash. I have no idea what just happened, Johnny said. We're just glad we stopped you before you took over Porkbelly, Susan says. We're such geniuses, Susan and Mary say at the same time. Actually, if it wasn't for me, the boy, I love when he calls him that, the lad, the boy. Actually, if it wasn't for me, the boy would still be controlled by those pants, Eugene says. Thanks, Eugene, Johnny says. Bling bling boy, Eugene shouts. So when's the date, my lovely Susan? Never. I only agreed so you would help, Susan responds. Dang, she's savage. Everyone walks away. Zizrar, king of the mole people, pops out of a hole. It is I, Zizrar, king of... Eugene kicks Zizrar, and Zizrar falls down the hole. Wow, disrespect. I'll be back, Zizrar calls. Later, at the dump truck dumps the pile of ash that was once the Super Smarty Pants. The eye of the pants glows red. The end? Or is it? Alright, yeah, that's two references right at the ending right there. The eye, as it was called, that was actually shown in the first Super Smarty Pants. That was like kind of the belt buckle, but there was like a red little oval, sideways oval, or horizontal oval, I suppose, and it glowed red right at the ending of that episode. It was super badass, super cool. And then the end, or is it right there? That is in reference to the second Super Smarty Pants episode, Return of Super Smarty Pants. And right at the end, when they blasted it to space, he attacked a spaceship and the astronauts inside, and then it kind of panned up to the stars in the sky in outer space, and some text on the screen came on and said, the end, ... or is it? And that was always like a super freaking mysterious way to end off the Smarty Pants saga, I suppose. I remember as a kid I was like, whoa, what could that possibly be coming next, you know? But even with the revival coming out, we still do not know what happened or what will happen with the Super Smarty Pants. So the revival did not shed any light on that, nor will the Lost web series either, judging from some titles that we've seen. None of them look like another Super Smarty Pants episode. The only way I see Super Smarty Pants kind of returning is if we see a season 9. And what I'll always say is the Super Smarty Pants is if we're talking about like what we want to see continued from the original episodes to have a continuation, Super Smarty Pants is always the one thing that I'll always say first. I always want to see the next, or like a real ending to Super Smarty Pants, you know? The or is it part is just like, ooh, you know, a gunshot right through the chest, you know? And we still don't know what happened to them. But if season 9 ever is to happen, maybe, just maybe, we'll see a space exploration adventure featuring Super Smarty Pants. So yeah, that was a awesome little fan fiction by again a wonderful member of the community here, Blake and Nader, linked in the description, as well as link in the description to the fanfiction.net page that I'm on right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more Johnny Test videos, you know what to do. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure you have that bell icon turned on so you get notified for future Johnny Test videos. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more Johnny Test videos, why not leave a like rating on the video? Thank you so much for supporting the channel in that way. Thank you so much. And if you want to watch some more Johnny Test videos, check the info below. There is a bunch of playlists down there leading to a bunch of Johnny Test videos. There's one for top 10s, there's one for Ultimate Meatloaf Quest, Let's Plays, there's one that has every Johnny Test video I've ever done. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. You can furthermore support the channel with the super thanks function, and with all that being said, I will most certainly hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay fresh. Pant-filled terror.